Hi, hello to all of my lovelies, my beauties, my royalties to the Handy Capable Black Nerd channel, where my view of everything creative and nerdy is a whole new tea. So, I thought I kind of needed a third one because I know I was kind of rushing and I hardly got into the purpose of why I did this anyway. But at the same time, I feel like a lot of people are gonna hate me, not like me, be disgusted by me. And growing up in the church, oh, you're not supposed to hate. Like, you know what? I'm being taught why it's not that bad. I am diving into my emotions more. And this time with heartache, because with Mr. No Heart, at first, I kept blaming myself. If I wasn't disabled, if I didn't have a disability, if I was able to walk like a normal woman, and people wouldn't tell me the only reason you got into college is because you have a disability, even though it wasn't diagnosed until after. And I don't know, it's like, yeah, I have people who tell me, oh, you're not going to get your doctorate because you have a disability, but oh, only got into college because you have a disability. Oh, you only got this job because like, yeah. Interesting, right? But with dating, it's crazy because I'm not going to say that I tell the truth all of the time, because when you start calling someone a liar, that's when they start lying, because what else do they have to lose? With my mother, to her deathbed, she said I was a liar. So, bon appetit to my lies, I guess. But with dating, I poured out my heart to guys and I told them all of my truth. Because I kept thinking, okay, my mom didn't believe me, but like this guy, he says I'm pretty. He says he's interested. If I tell him my truth, he'll understand me. And he'll know that I won't break his heart, because I would never want someone to hurt me as much as I've been hurt all these years. And how I wasn't heard or loved or appreciated or cared for or listened to. But now I'm finding out. And yeah, with dating apps, I've had so many men block me, and I'm like, I don't care. But I believe it's parts of my villain coming out. I'm learning more about the villain, and I'm not scared of it. Because I used to just emotionally say, like, the trauma that I've been through, and life lessons, and goals, and now I just tell guys when they're like, oh, what are you doing? I'm working on my projects. That's all they get. And some men, well, I don't care what these projects are. If you don't tell, like, they tell me I better tell them what they are. They tell me that I better show them or take pictures and show them to them. Or just, yeah. So many men have, yeah, they block me or ignore me, or they tell me, they give me an ultimatum of me being obligated. And I don't care anymore. I showed and shared with Mr. Spider so much. With Mr. No Heart, I kept showing him my ideas, and he kept saying, that's not good enough. Oh, anyone can write that. Anyone can do that. I can do better. I can do like this and that. And oh, that's not good. Oh, that's not creative. Oh, like throwing my poetry away, if you know about that. Yeah, other channel. But I guess today meant a lot, because it's like I keep second guessing myself. I keep second guessing him. But will it end up any other way other than the tragedy? No. But I'm slowly getting used to it now. I'm kind of forfeiting. And it kind of feels good because I don't have to fit anyone's expectations. And people don't understand, like, with how I look right now, yeah. I'm not, and this is nothing. Wait until I really, because wait until I really start evolving. I feel like I'm still that caterpillar, evolving and changing. But the outfits that I started an Excel sheet, uh, with links to different websites for outfits and outfit ideas that I would love to start getting. And even window shopping today at the mall. I was just like, okay, remember this store? Okay. Yeah, it's like I'm gonna go to the website of this mall and they have the itinerary and I'm gonna like check off and list off the different malls where I saw really cute outfits in the windows because it's like, okay, this is gonna be how I can start, or restart my closet. But while even going through the mall, the way people look at me, because when I say look at me, I mean they look up and down. Like, what are you doing in this? What? Like, what's wrong with you? And the points I got pointed at a few times. And like I said in the last episode, the bathroom, I'm like everybody else. I'm going to the restroom. But a group of people decide to talk about me and judge me because, like, even while they're walking by, like, doing that, and it's like, okay, like, is it like I'm living my life? But another reason I know I need to write my stories. The demographic won't read it, but they need to hear about it. Because when people say all lives matter, when they say pro life, but then that same demographic who is a large part Christian, when they tell me that I need anointed oil or that I need prayer or I'm possessed, there's something wrong with me, or they know it's something wrong with me because God would have never chosen me to walk like this because of how I look. And I keep going over that. And yes, I'm going to read Yesteryear and do a whole church trauma series about it. But yeah, Mr. Spider partially broke up with me because I'm still like, I'm more spiritual, but I grew up over 30 years at the same church. I've learned over time that, like, even near the end when I was going in person, I knew it was brainwashing, but I was like, I'm the gray sheep. I've got to show myself to be a good daughter. I have to at least be somewhat good enough to my mother. I have to be good enough for my parents to actually talk to my family members about me, but they never did. Like, I should have just realized they're not going to anyway. But while walking at that mall, I just felt so, yeah. I don't know how to express it, but, and it's like everywhere I go, but being with somebody else that's not a family member for a long period of time and walking around so many people. Because even when we first got into the theater, I registered our tickets a couple days prior, but it didn't have which theater room number or whatever. So when I'm going to get assistance, it was the way, like, I think the guy was coming up to me, but it looked like he wanted to talk to the guy I was with, and I'm like, okay, you see, I have the phone. You see, I'm the one trying to ask the question. But I mean, but maybe it was guy to guy. Like I don't know, but I think even at first, the way he was kind of talking to me, he kind of almost had that the disability stereotype kind of thing. But then he realized, oh, my bad, yeah. And I mean, he corrected it really quickly. But it's so sad how often I get it. It's frustrating how often I get it. But then even going into the theater sitting, and then another family who has a member of their group who has a disability, it almost felt like she was trying to tell me that their person had more of a disability than me. And the person I was with said he didn't feel like that, but if you see that I have disability equipment at my chair, because, okay, they have a rule with theaters. You can sit in any, like, okay, you could register yourself and stuff like that, but it's with specifically the disability seats. If someone with no disability sits at the seats, and then someone comes in with a disability, the people with no disability have to go to another seat. That's the rule. But because I never want to go through that, I register my seats ahead of time. Or my sister, yeah, my sister does that, and or I do that, because we never want to run into that. It's like, if our seats are booked, we got our seats, let's go. So since, like, to me, I'm like, it's obvious, yes, I have a disability. Look, I've got my equipment next to my seat. But she was acting like she wanted to kick me out of my seat. Because I mean, he admitted that she was trying to make us switch. But in the back of my mind, I'm like, I have a disability too. So why would you make someone else with a disability switch out when I was here first? Yeah, so it's kind of annoying. Really annoying. Yeah. But I think they didn't realize that the section next to us was also disability, because, like, each theater's different with the seating arrangements for a disability. And in my shock, this one was different for me too. I've never seen the setup before. But my date, like, because I was trying to hint to them or show them that, oh, this section over here is for disability too. But the woman was still trying to convince me to switch places. But then they listened to him. And I don't know, is sometimes I was like, is this white male able-bodied privilege, disabled black woman versus able-bodied white guy? So yeah, it was just a really odd day. I learned a lot, but it was a really odd day, because even like some of the families walking towards us, they weren't paying attention to me. They kept looking at the windows, and I'm trying to go around, but then a family member would all of a sudden just, oh yay, and almost, and so then I'm like halting and trying to brake, and or he would even try to make sure, and it was just like, I shouldn't need your assist. Like, they people need to pay attention. It's like, how come? And because I even apologized to him. Wow, because I was like, okay, I'm not going to be able to look you in the eye really, because a lot of people at the malls don't pay attention. So while I'm driving around and everything, I need to make sure they don't run into me, because they might try to accuse me of running into them, even though they ran into me. And he kept saying it. And I think he was a little surprised, but it's like there were times where, uh, excuse me, we had to, while going up to a group, they were like right in the middle, but then there was a gap and then someone else. So then trying to figure out, okay, like, okay, we gotta one at a time squeeze through or try to say excuse me. But when I say excuse me, they're not paying attention or listening. And so this is why we need this kind of stuff in books, because disability life is something you don't really read that much about. But when you do read about it, it's mostly the pity part. And am I saying these stories out of pity? No. Miscommunication, misunderstanding. That's what I mean to say. And also the levels of disability, because, like, with the movie seats, I kind of wonder, like, to her, was I not disabled enough? I still wonder that. And some able bodied people may not see that, but I keep thinking, like, she came up, like, she probably knows the rules too with the family member she has. So if she sees that I have a disability, why would you try to tell me to get up? Like, it's not who has the most severe disability. It's who, like, and I reserved them. And but there was some, and I will say, because just like with Hadestown, it was a beautiful trauma. And there were some nice people at the mall. I never want to say like every situation was terrible, but there was even a woman with the cutest puppy. Oh my gosh, at the food court. It's like I'm just leaving the restroom after that. But then I thought I saw, like, at first I thought it was a doll or something because it was just so cute and fluffy, just like with the Minions movie. But then I'm getting closer and it's moving. I'm like, what? Who got this dog? Where'd you get it? It's one of the most adorable puppies in the whole wide world. And so I go up to my date and I'm like, did you see this puppy? He was like, yeah. And I was like, I thought only like leader dogs for the blind type or therapy dogs can come into the mall. I'm confused. This isn't a dog mall. And he was like, I don't know. So, but yeah, we got to walk by the puppy a couple times, or we passed by, and each time she smiled, and oh, the puppy is just wagging its adorable little oh, it was, when I say this puppy was cute, it was the cute.com, just the adorable cute.com. But then there was even some kids who were really friendly and waving, and there was one couple specifically who I was walking by, and all of a sudden it's like they kind of had their big smiles and waved and stuff. And with the little girl, it looked like she was in like a car in a way with her, not, it wasn't a, or it kind of looked like a wagon in a way, so they can put the shopping bags but also the kid in there. And so I told her, I was like, oh, you want to go for a race? And it's like, and the little girl, she had a little honker thing. It's like, so yeah, she honked on, like, it was adorable. So I don't know, it's just with my writing, it's like, yes, it's probably gonna be a tragedy, but I want to make sure it's a beautiful one. I want the good, the bad, the ugly, the crying, but then the most wonderful moments. I want the adorable ones, especially with the cute wagging tails. And oh, we kept passing candy stores. I'm like, I did not know there were so many candy stores in this mall. But yeah, we both set a goal that we might would go back and check like one or two of them out next time. So So now, yes, I have a goal that I need to focus on and pursue. But it was great. I feel like it's a stepping stone of healing. I but the trauma part is I still don't know if I believe him. I keep running into men who say, "Oh, there's nothing wrong with you. Oh, a disability, who cares? You're beautiful, you're smart, you're amazing." And some of them, like the way they say that I'm beautiful, they act like I am just all the bee's knees. I love Princess Tiana, so I had to. But now on dating apps, when a guy says that I'm beautiful or stunning or amazing or whatever, I stop him right then and there and I say, no, I'm average. Because, yeah, like I said on the other channel, I look at my exes. Yeah, I look at my exes. Yeah, that might sound petty and mean. I don't. Hey, if that's who they're used to dating, I fit in that demographic, so that like I'm average. So then I tell the men I'm average, and some of them, oh, some block me. Well, I'm not dating no average girl. Oh, you must be a catfish. Or you need glasses. Like, I don't care. Bye, you save me time. So, but yeah, it's like there's a lot of conservative men who keep trying to match with me. I don't know why. But yeah, I do have Christian on there. It's like I did mention the other at or the other channel that I'm gonna take that off. But I am nervous because part of my transition and while I'm in the cocoon, I'm trying to figure out what do I do instead? Spiritual? Because I am a believer. I don't want to lie and say that I'm agnostic or atheist because I'm not. But at the same time, I have views that are outside of Christianity. Because part of me, I just feel like there's a possibility of more than one life cycle. That's one reason why I think there, Heavenly Ever After, that's not where I got the idea. I've thought of this for years. But sometimes I just kind of wonder, do we get a redo or retry? Because especially my ancestors who were slaves, it's like, can they get a like really? Their life was taken away by being someone's property? Really? It's like I wish they could have, And I believe in aliens because I'm like, this little speck in the whole galaxy, and it's expanding, and we're the only planet with living, and we have a planet with raining diamonds, but we're the only planet with that makes like to me doesn't no. But I know like there's been some men who block me, and one of my sisters actually like stopped talking to a guy because he believed in aliens. So within the Christian community, I know there's different pastors who teach do not believe in aliens or you're not a Christian. So I don't know. It's just that is why a lot of the stuff I'm going to be writing about is going to be in the novels. And I hope people connect, and I hope people, when they read deep, because I'm going to have not only my truth, but current events in history, and maybe even a little hints of biblical, but the biblical stuff where I always second guessed. But thank you so much for listening again, but I'll talk to you later. Bye.